Here's a fun fact for you. 50% of motorcycle crash injuries involve the hands or wrists. Why? Because when you go down, your hands hit first. And yet, riders keep making the same glove mistakes. Some so bad they might as well be riding barehanded. In this video, we're counting down 7 glove mistakes ranked by injury risk. We'll roast the bad habits, show you the hidden dangers most riders never think about, and then give you quick, affordable fixes that could save your hands. Stick around. Number 1 is the glove fail almost every rider's guilty of. Before we get into it, be honest, what's your glove mistake? Let us know in the comments. And while you're at it, kindly like the video and subscribe to our channel. Now let's go. Number 7, fashion gloves, no sliders, 6 of 10. If your riding gloves look like something you'd wear to a Friday night date, you've already lost. Fashion gloves might look sharp, but the second you touch asphalt, they turn into glorified paper towels. No armor, no reinforcement, and most importantly, no palm sliders. That's like jumping into a street fight wearing silk pajamas. Here's the ugly truth. When you go down, your natural reflex is to stick your hands out. The first point of contact is almost always your palm. Now imagine that soft leather, or worse, fabric, digging into rough asphalt. Instead of sliding, it grabs. That sudden stop transfers all the energy right up into your wrist. The tiny staphoid bone is usually the first to snap. And once it does, you're looking at months of recovery, sometimes even surgery and a permanent loss of grip strength. All because you thought fashion counted more than function. This fix is almost embarrassingly simple. Get gloves with palm sliders. These are hard plastic or composite pieces built into the heel of your palm. Instead of your hand sticking and snapping, the slider skates across the asphalt, drastically reducing impact forces on your wrist bones. So, next time you're tempted to rock those stylish but useless gloves, remember, broken hands don't look cool in photos. Function first, fashion second. Injury risk, 6 out of 10. Number 6, armor floating. Bad fit, 6 out of 10. Here's a rookie mistake that makes me cringe every time. Armor that doesn't line up. You've seen it. Knuckle guards floating halfway up the fingers, or sliding off to the side the moment you grip the bars. If your armor isn't actually covering the bones it's supposed to protect, you might as well not be wearing it. That's like carrying an umbrella that only covers your elbows. The hidden risk is all about misalignment. During a crash, your knuckles and metacarpals are prime impact points. If the armor shifted out of place, the full force of impact goes straight into bone instead of dispersing across the glove. So, how do you fix it? Dial in retention and fit. Start with the basics. Gloves should feel snug but not cut off circulation. Look for models with dual retention straps, one at the wrist, one at the cuff, so the glove stays locked down. When trying them on, actually grip your handlebars and check where the armor sits. Knuckle guards should line up exactly over the knuckles, not floating an inch above. If they shift too much when you flex, the fit is wrong. Period. Injury risk, 6 out of 10. Number 5, short cuffs and wrist gap, 7 out of 10. Short cuff gloves are the ankle socks of motorcycle gear. Comfortable, casual, and absolutely useless when things get serious. They might be fine for scooting down to the coffee shop, but on the open road, that tiny cuff leaves a dangerous gap right at your wrist. And that gap is a bullseye on some of the most vulnerable structures in your entire body. Here's the problem. When you crash, your sleeve almost always rides up. If your glove ends below the wrist bone, the exposed area becomes a landing zone for asphalt. Right there are your radial and ulnar arteries, major blood highways, and the flexor tendons that move your fingers. An impact or deep abrasion in that spot isn't just painful, it can bleed you out fast or rob you of your hand function permanently. Riders think, it's just a small gap. No, it's a direct line to serious trauma. The fix? Gauntlet gloves with overlap. A proper gauntlet glove extends over your jacket cuff, locking everything together. Some riders double up with Velcro or zippers for extra security. Injury risk? 7 out of 10. Number 4, grip killer winter mitts, 7 out of 10. Now let's talk about gloves that are so padded, they might as well be oven mitts. Riders grab these chunky winter gloves thinking, great, warm hands. But what they don't realize is that giant pillows strapped to your fingers can kill your grip and dexterity. It's like trying to play piano wearing boxing gloves. You're not hitting the right notes, and in an emergency, that delay is dangerous. Motorcycle controls require finesse. Feathering a brake lever, rolling off the throttle smoothly, clutch modulation in traffic. When your gloves are so thick you can't feel the levers, every action is slower. A fraction of a second may not sound like much, but in panic braking, that's the difference between stopping in time or rear-ending a car. The fix is smarter, not bulkier. Use thinner gloves paired with heated grips or handlebar muffs. Heated grips keep your palms warm without adding layers, while thin, CE-rated gloves preserve dexterity and impact protection. Warmth matters, but not at the cost of reaction time. If your gloves make you feel like you're squeezing sponges instead of levers, it's time to rethink your setup. Injury risk, 7 out of 10. Number 3, waterproof balloon liners, 8 out of 10. We've all been there. You buy a pair of so-called waterproof gloves, and the first time it rains, you realize they're basically just hand-sized balloons. The liner floats, bunches up, and suddenly your fingers feel like they're swimming in a kiddie pool. Sure, your hands might be dry, but at what cost? Zero feel, zero control, and a whole lot of frustration. That liner bulk doesn't just feel awkward, it slows down your reaction time. When the inner liner floats away from the shell, your fingers slip and miss grip levers. In a split-second panic stop, that delay can mean the difference between smoothly grabbing brake or fumbling and locking up. The fix is simple but requires choosing the right construction. Go laminated. Laminated waterproof shells bond the membrane directly to the glove's outer material, eliminating the floating liner problem. Everything moves as one, which means no bunching and no balloon fingers. Pair that with a proper wrist cinch so water can't run down your sleeve and you'll stay dry while keeping full dexterity. Staying dry is useless if you can't control your bike. A glove should protect you from rain and let you feel every lever. Trade the balloon mitts for a laminated shell, and you'll never go back. Injury risk, 8 out of 10. Number 2, UV cracked seams, leather, 8 out of 10. Here's a sneaky one. Your gloves might look fine hanging on a peg, but the sun has been quietly eating them alive. UV rays dry out leather and weaken stitching until one day the seams split open like rotten fruit. Riders trust their gloves because they still look okay, but under impact, they'll tear wide open faster than you can say low side. The hidden risk is catastrophic failure at the worst possible moment. When seams split, it's not a small rip. It's the entire glove coming apart under stress. That means no protection, just bare skin and asphalt. Think about the physics. You're sliding at 40 miles per hour, your glove fails, and suddenly your palm is raw meat in half a second. Worse, cracked leather itself loses flexibility. So instead of absorbing force, it transmits it straight to the bone. That's a 1-2 punch of abrasion and impact trauma. The fix isn't glamorous, but it's critical. Replace and condition. Leather gloves don't last forever, especially if they see a lot of sun. Inspect them closely. If the seams look frayed or the leather feels stiff and cracked, it's time for a new pair. No exceptions. Between replacements, use a leather conditioner or balm to keep the hide supple and extend its life. Store them out of direct sunlight, not baking on your dash or hanging from your mirrors like trophies. Treat them like safety gear, not souvenirs. Because here's the truth, gloves aren't immortal. Ignore UV damage and they'll betray you when you need them most. Injury risk, 8 out of 10. Number 1, no impact cert, no bridge, 9 out of 10. And here we are, the number 1 glove mistake, and it's the one most riders don't even think about. They'll drop hundreds on a helmet, brag about their armored jacket, but when it comes to gloves, they grab whatever looks cool on the rack. No impact certification, no pinky bridge, nothing but false confidence. That's not protection, that's cosplay. Here's why this one ranks so high. Uncertified gloves are untested. CE-rated gloves are slammed in labs with blunt force tests, ripped against abrasion machines, and flexed until failure. If they pass, they'll earn that EN 13594 rating. If they don't, they're basically leather garden gloves. Put those up against a real asphalt at 40 miles an hour and they'll explode in seconds. Now add the pinky problem. Without a pinky to ring finger bridge, your smallest finger is riding solo. In a crash, it's the first to catch and twist. Most riders don't realize this until they're in an ER, staring at a broken pinky, or worse, torn tendons that kill grip strength forever. Imagine not being able to hold your clutch lever because your glove designer saved 50 cents in stitching. Don't gamble. Get CE-rated gloves with a pinky bridge. Look for that EN 13594 certification tag. It means the gloves were tested and they passed. The pinky bridge keeps your weakest finger tied to its stronger neighbor so it can't pull back under load. And no, this doesn't kill comfort. You won't even notice it until you slide. Then you'll thank it. Uncertified gloves are a coin toss with your hands. CE rating and a pinky bridge aren't fancy extras. They're the difference between walking away with all 5 fingers or leaving one on the asphalt. Injury risk, 9 out of 10. So that's it. Glove mistakes we all make. Which ones are you guilty of? What's your injury risk? Tell us in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe. But before you go, there's another video coming up. That one's about jacket mistakes. Are you ready?